We're en route to one of the Midriff Islands in the northern Sea of Cortez as we migrate, potentially prematurely, south. Hurricane season isn't over yet, and neither is our resolve to be one day floating in the tropics.
You're coming too.
Come with us as we navigate our home-built boat around her new playground, the Sea of Cortez. After 8 years and counting of building, we're reborn sailors.
One day we'll be floating in the tropics.
And I won't be wearing these boots anymore. We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for watching. Upon our approach to the island, we had a fish on.
Bonito, maybe?
We throw the hand lines out every passage. Our primary diet consists of fish, the limited veggies we find on shore, rice and beans. Oh, and with Kinsey on board, corn.
I think it's the skipjack.
Oh, it's skipjack with the spots, right?
Well, very horizontal, brownish lines.
Skipjack isn't a favorite, and with fish still in the freezer, we were going to toss him back, hoping for a yellowtail.
I don't know if he's still alive. If he's still alive.
Flopped there for a sec.
Kicking him.
Oh, it's through his eyeball up top. You know where those are?
In the canvas bag?
Yeah.
The hand lines were out today to catch something we could eat raw.
Oh, it's through his... How did he do that?
Skipjack isn't typically found in the far north of the Sea of Cortez.
Oh.
So I guess this was confirmation we were going the right way.
Need to make sure he's still alive. If he's still alive, I'm just gonna put him back.
I don't know, he's not moving.
No, I think he's done. I think that one of the hooks might have got his brain. Okay, well, we're eating them for dinner.
Skipjack for dinner.
It might not be sushi for dinner, but fresh fish is never wasted. We spot Saoirse and our anchorage for the next few days, or so we thought. The north wind that carried us here was to switch southerly for 2 days, so we were going to wait here, but this uninhabited island had some awful locals.
Good, we're getting close. We're 0.6 from the waypoint. I got eyes on Alex. Probably gonna need you to pause in a little bit or I can kill time. But we still got mizzen and main up, so up to you.
Such dark meat.
Yeah.
Can you slow us down a smidge?
Yep.
Okay. Whoa! Hold on.
Well, let's just hope for those southerlies. It'd be great in a southerly, but it's not an anchorage in a northerly.
No, not at all. Well, the water does look beautiful, but on shore it looks pretty brown.
This is our most barren stop yet. Desolate and comfortless, it felt like we'd anchored on the moon. Garrett cooked up the skipjack and we attempted to get some sleep.
Are we good by the
Yeah, I've got
check?
a bungee here so things can't fall back. Well, I had a pretty rough night last night. Been bitten up by whatever tiny little flies are around here. Either no-see-ums or bobos as they call them, or both. Anyway, Alex has already left. He bailed this morning around 7, and we're about to do the same. The water, however, is gorgeous. That is the #1 positive takeaway from this spot, but the rolliness never really went away last night. It mellowed out, so it wasn't bad, but the bugs. Oh, see if I can show you. I don't know how well you can see it. I am covered everywhere. Pardon my hairy legs, but it is up and down my entire legs, my whole body, even my butt, my neck. I think they all came after me. Garrett and Kinsey got bit up a little bit, but yeah,
It looked like I had the chicken pox.
my arms. So we're gonna continue on today. We were gonna hang out here for 2 days. It's also some of my editing days, but we're gonna cruise out because they are biting me already. They're not just out at dawn and dusk like I've heard. It just never really went away. So we're headed back to San Francisco. It'll be our kind of launching point for better weather for, it's about 80 miles from there to Santa Rosalia, which is our next like kind of town stop. And if we head straight there, it's like 16.5 miles from here. The way that the wind angle is gonna be today, we're probably gonna hug Isla San Lorenzo, which is next to this Isla Las Animas, which is where we are now. Skirt along that to then hopefully have just a straight crossover, so that should add about 3 nautical miles to our journey today. But it's just before 11 o'clock and Garrett's warming up the engine.
How goes it?
It's been better.
Like hanging on by a thread.
I was pretty close to waking you up in the middle of the night and just be like, we gotta go.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's such a shame. Garrett and Kinsey were really wanting to dive that reef out there, but I don't think it's worth staying.
An interesting and inhospitable place we were contented to leave behind. The Sea of Cortez has thrown a lot at us over the last 4 months.
This is what happens when the wind and current are doing some funny things. Probably through the split there between Isla San Lorenzo and Isla Las Animas. She's still steering through it straight?
Yeah, we dropped down to 3.9.
Drop down to 3.9. So our destination today is kind of in the end there. We've been there before, about a month ago, almost exactly. The North Sea of Cortez is kind of an odd one to get used to, with all the currents and the tidal changes. Yeah, I think the biggest tidal change we've seen here is right around 12 feet. And I mean, all the way up in the very north end of the sea, it does like, I think a maximum of like a 23-foot tidal change. It's just insane. And no matter if you're looking at the tides, there aren't too many like stations that give you tidal updates. And then, especially in this area with all of the islands around here, how it actually flushes and fills it does all these weird little eddies and side currents and weird stuff between the islands and the peninsula. Yeah, I've not really been able to make too much sense of it, even with finding a pretty good tide app. Seems to correlate pretty well, but just how the water actually flows, how the current is flowing, even if you know when high tide is and when low tide is, how the water is moving around between everything up here is kind of a crapshoot. Hopefully we can get towards the south end of that and then just be able to basically make a beam reach. Hopefully we'll be able to sail, but again, we'll see what the current and tide does. Sometimes that moves the boat around super weird, making it pretty hard to keep the sails full. I'm still so itchy. I try so hard not to actually itch them because then it just burns. It's like 2 seconds of relief when you itch it, and then 20 minutes of just burning. And then it goes back to being somewhat tolerable.
The harshness of this environment has been surprising. Like our flag, we're torn and tired, but chronically resilient, we optimistically sail on. To once again be sharing an anchorage with 2 other summer cruisers reaffirmed our early start south. We weren't the only ones reading the weather and eager to make miles, weighing the risk and reward of reaching lower latitudes still in hurricane season.
All right, see ya.
Adios.
Alex and I traded places, allowing me a quiet place to work.
Alex is so nice to let me use Saoirse as my mobile office. Oh yeah. Rediviva has the hard chine, and so our side decks, like when we're sitting down, our side decks are like at our shoulders, whereas Saoirse's are up a lot higher, which also means the water line's probably somewhere around here. So I feel like his boat stays a lot cooler. A lot of people ask how we afford to do what we do, and my computer and all of you watching out there are exactly why we can do what we do. Sometimes it does get a little bit tricky with timing, editing, and sailing, and when the weather's good, sometimes we just gotta go. Or like today with the bugs over last night, there was no option but to leave. I couldn't have edited? I couldn't have edited from where we were at, just no way. So I feel very fortunate to have this space. I'm very fortunate to all of you watching out there and listening to our story. I've got my background on a rotating screen, but I love when this one comes up. This is Garrett Mine's first boat. This is Black Pearl. It was the name she had, not the name we gave her. But yeah, she's a Cal 130. This is on Espiritu Santo here in Mexico. It's us on the deck. Fun little memory. All right, time to get started.
On board Rediviva, rigging work was about to get started.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get the baggy wrinkles up.
Baggy wrinkles protect the sail from chafing on the wire. That's why they're only on the aft side of the shrouds. Kinsey made our remaining rinks back in San Carlos.
Get off there. Go on. Well, we're once again battling with the bees, but it's not as bad as it was last time. We're chilling here in a little lagoon off of San Francisco, waiting out the next possible hurricane that's coming up, figuring out what we're gonna do, but we're making some good food.
A little depression started to grow big down south. Within a day, it became obvious it would evolve into a hurricane. We had a 2-week warning on this system, but its trajectory was far from certain. At first, it appeared to cross the lower half of the peninsula and retain its strength, with 83 knots spinning, presenting us with a decision to make. Return 50 miles north, or run 200 miles south, or reluctantly cross 100 miles back to San Carlos. Or stay put. Every choice had its consequence, and every day we debated our options. Twice a day, actually, because every updated forecast would vary. One update, it'd be on one side of Baja, then the other. Then hover in place, or completely change directions. Even the various models would disagree. We waited a week before arriving at a verdict. When the models agreed the storm was headed for Puerto Vallarta, 700 miles south of us.
Goodness. Ready to up anchor?
Very ready.
How long have we been here?
Too long.
Where are we going?
Santa Rosalia.
All right.
Yeah.
Where's that hurricane?
Nobody knows.
These are all good answers.
I can tell you where the weather report thinks it is right now, but where the weather report will think it is in 6 hours, couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
So it might be going left, might be going up, it might be going left, then stopping, taking a little break, and then turning 180 degrees, going the other way. Or it might be going up, left, stopping, coming back down south, then going back up. But there's a hurricane forming. That's,
She has a name now.
yeah, that's pretty definitive. But hey, no guts, no glory.
Right on. We are still buddy boating with Alex too, and he agrees it's time to go. So I don't know how well you can see, but we've been living with the bees for the past week.
Living the dream.
The dream was becoming ridiculous.
The happiest I've seen you all week.
Yeah, we're getting the hell out of here.
Ready to go.
Once the anchor's up, let me know, and you can go back
We'll switch.
on the helm and just kind of idle us just up in that direction. All right, you guys are up.
Oh, that's 20.
20?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Can't be 20 already. Oh yeah, there it is. It was. Anchor's up. It was at 20.
We're only anchored in 10 feet of water.
Oh. weather in our favor. This is it. It looks beautiful. It starts getting light after this, and although there is a hurricane on the forecast and in the direction that we're going, we're just hoping that we're not stupid.
Cruising is an educated guess, a little bit foolhardy, and a lot of stamina. We've done some stupid things, and we were just hoping this isn't one of them. If you enjoy our videos, please consider supporting the production on Patreon. We appreciate your contribution, even if it's only a view. Thanks.
Oh no, get off my Jesus! Ah!
You ruined the shot!
Oh, there's a bee on my
How's my hair look? It's alright? No?
No. Always gotta make sure you're camera ready before you film yourself.
I know I washed my hair,
And
but...
just look at me.
Oh.
I always look so beautiful.
Oh! So humble.
I'm so humble. Bar none, I
am the most humblest. Number one at the top of the humble list.
My apple crumble by far is the crumble list. But I say it tastes bad out of humbleness.
The baggy wrinkles up. Baggy wrinkle it up, up. I'm gonna get the baggy wrinkles up.